Welcome back to Nice Girls Don't Win. I am your host, Parvati Shallow.
And I'm Amy Bean. Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
Long time no see.
How was your weekend? I know. Our weekends are like, we haven't been on the same schedule.
I know. We need to get back on track.
We'll get back on track.
I miss you. Well, remember when we said we were going to do the comment contest?
Oh, yes.
Do we have another good comment?
Yes, I pulled one for us.
Okay, let's see what our
cool.
top comment was.
Okay, this is from Stacy. She said, "Oh my God, I love your podcast so much. I count down the days each week until we can hang out again. You guys are so genuine that I feel like I'm sitting in the room with you." I love this. But it's feeding my unhealthy obsession with Parv. I've been in love with Parv since Cook's Islands. It's like love at first sight. I just can't get enough.
Oh, Stacy. Cute.
I love that.
This book is really interesting what happens to me when I go out in the world. And like when I did the drag brunches, there were so many people there for the meet and greet beforehand, and they paid extra to go to the meet and greet, and they like wanted a picture and a hug. And people have known me now for 20 years because I did Cook Islands when I was 22. So it's like, did they fall in love with that?
Yeah.
Girl, are they still in love with 22-year-old
But you still are
me?
22-year-old Parv. But you've evolved, obviously. You're a mother now, but you still have that fun, quirky, you've got that smile, the wiggly, what is it? Somebody said on Deal or No Deal Island, they were like, she's got that wiggly
wiggly
movement.
jiggly?
Yeah, you're a little wiggly.
The wiggly jiggly?
You get excited and you do a smile and it mesmerizes people.
Oh, well, great. Thanks, Stace. See you next week.
Yeah.
The comment contest continues.
Yeah, keep them coming. That one was a fun one. I do have a funny story, though, that I want to share because today's guest, I'm so excited. I think I mentioned it last week, but Brenda Cooper, who is Fran Drescher from the Nanny, like the stylist she literally styled the entire show. So she's going to be here today with us. But speaking of fashion, my mother-in-law, who I'm not going to reveal her age, but she is so stylish and fashionable and looks good. But she bought me this bag full of presents yesterday. She always buys me the best gifts. Like, she loves shopping for me.
That's nice.
Like, Nick kind of gets jealous sometimes. He's like, "Mom." And I'm just like, wow, she just went all out. So she got me this like bag of like makeup. She got me this gorgeous, like super sexy shirt that's like super low. And then Blake's, by the way, opening the gifts for me. And this one she opened, it was X-rated. It was like a lingerie, and Blake's like holding this up in the middle of the restaurant.
Wait, slow this story down. You're telling me your mother-in-law got you lingerie?
Yes.
This is your husband's mom.
Yes, my husband's mom. In front of it, like we're opening the gifts in front of the whole family.
And she's
Blake
like,
is opening.
this is just standard behavior?
Yeah, she's like, "I want my son to be happy."
Oh my God. What?
I'm kidding. She didn't say that, but that I clearly know. I'm like, I mean, she's like, "This is what I would wear." And it's beautiful. It's like this purple lingerie, like from Skims. It's like so hot. But Blake's like, "What's this?"
I can't get past it. I would be like mortified, I think, if it was my
I was crying,
mother-in-law.
laughing. It was so good.
Did you try it on for her?
No, but I did try it on this morning, and it looks good. I'm rare.
Why aren't you wearing it over here right now?
Because
I don't like these stories where there's no payoff at the end.
We have to wear our palettes. We have to wear our blank palettes today.
We did get a homework for this conversation today with Brenda. We needed to change our outfits. We needed to be in a silhouette.
I know. I'm like so excited to play dress up today. Like the thing about Parvati is she is, I think we all know this, a style icon from Traders.
I find that so absurd.
Which is why? Because
it's not my MO. Like, I'm not really a style person. I'm not like fashion forward in any way. I mean, if you could have seen me in middle school, I was wearing like really short cutoff jean shorts that I cut myself. So like one leg was longer than the other and like a Tweety Bird t-shirt that was like an XL.
It's shocking because I feel like you can put clothes on, you look good, and people talk about it all the time. And like, I still remember it was like for press for Deal or No Deal, you're wearing this really cute little leather. It's not leather. It was leopard skin skirt with the black.
Oh yeah. With the black
turtleneck, almost like Fran Drescher's
Oh, you like
uniform. That was so cute with your hair back.
Well,
so
Lizzie helped me with that. My stylist for Deal or No Deal, because I got to hire people. I know where my weaknesses are.
Okay.
And I don't try to improve my weaknesses. Like, that is not what I'm going to be spending my time doing. Like, my strengths, I go for it. My weaknesses, I outsource and delegate. So I hired Lizzie Seguin, she's on my Instagram. But she did all my stuff for Deal or No Deal.
She knows you.
Found me
She
that.
knows your body. She knows like what looks good on you.
You need people to help you. I
love
need a
getting
stylist.
dressed. No, I love going shopping and getting dressed and every day. This is why I'm trying to create this fashion app.
I know
it's
your app
a sustainable fashion app, which I will tell you all about. I'm in the funding phase right now, but it is what I love. I love to get dressed. I love to feel good about myself. And so hanging out with Brenda Cooper on set for so many years, we did multiple seasons of the show together. We would travel together. I was able to shop with her and go to her dressing room on set. We had to style the guys for this Japanese game show. And one of the, she was so fun. You can ask her for a segment that revolves around fashion, and she would give us ideas. She gave us this idea where you put stockings over your head, and so we both
like a murderer?
Yeah, no,
like a burglar?
No, but it's so funny. And I forget what you're trying to do. You're trying to take it off the other person or something, but it was the most ridiculous.
Wait, it was a game?
It was a game. It's a Japanese game show. And anyways, Brenda's room was the most fun to be in. So I'm excited that she's going to be in this room. I think we should just bring her in because we
just bring me in.
She's here. Here she is. Brenda Cooper. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite people on earth that I've been able to work with multiple times on multiple seasons of one of our favorite, probably my favorite show I've worked on.
In multiple areas of the world.
I know. Brenda and she got us moved to not first class, business class. We were in coach and she was like, this isn't working for me.
Love this.
She's the one to travel with. We also had a layover together. I went shopping with you. It's you're the dream travel partner, I think. We had a good time. And so we remained friends forever. Yeah. We saw each other at a party the other day. Yes. And I said, will you please come talk to us? Because you're a timeless, chic, beautiful inspiration to women and everybody. Just
author, fashion icon.
Okay, so tell us
you brought
a
your
little
whole
bit.
closet.
I know. Let's start at the top where it's the most exciting. You styled the entire show of The Nanny.
Yes.
I thought it was just Fran Drescher.
No.
Okay.
No.
What was this like? That's iconic.
Well, it was my first job.
What?
As a designer. It was my first job as a designer. I had a career as an actress that went nowhere faster than the speed of sound. and I had to get a job. I had to pay the rent. And I always loved clothes. So I started, this is back in the late 80s, a little fashion consulting business. And my second client, who was a guy that I met at the gym, and we became best friends for years, he said, I have an agent, a Hollywood costume design agent, and I want you to call her up. And I'm like, why? I've no qualifications. I didn't go to school. I don't have anything to offer in terms of a resume. He went, just call her.
You're like, I'm just a supermodel. I mean, she was
no,
a supermodel.
I wasn't a
yes, you were.
I wish I was. I wish I was not. Okay.
Still to this day, supermodel.
It took me 3 weeks to make that call to pluck up the courage, and I'm 30 years old. Okay. It took me 3 weeks to pluck up the courage. I made the call. Somehow I've got the gift of the gab. 3 days later, I had a job assisting a designer, and 3 years later, I'm walking up on stage to receive an Emmy for The Nanny.
Oh, chills.
Oh my God, this is like a dream come true. I also have chills. That's like a sliding doors moment.
Right, it's
where you walk through
have chills.
it.
We all have chills. But the thing, I met Fran on my second job, and a designer needed someone who was confident, and I just was. I had come from an acting background, so I was married to an actor, my husband.
I can't wait to talk about the husband. We'll get there.
Okay. So I knew the whole world of it, and I worked with Twiggy. Cool. Iconic.
Oh,
really cool. Just incredible. This is 1990.
Your style reminds me of Twiggy.
My style?
Yes. I think your body shape, everything. I think she's a Twiggy.
Yeah. So it was 1990.
Thanks.
Twiggy, Julie Haggerty, and at that time, a relatively unknown actress called Fran Drescher. And Fran said to me one day, I was the assistant to the designer, and the designer was incredible, and he loved what I did. We worked very well together. And Fran said to me, if I ever get my own TV show, Brenda, I want you to be the designer. And a year later, I got the call.
Wow, that's how we feel about Derek when we get our TV
know.
show. He's
No,
gonna be our
but this is a
producer.
magical thing because
Yes.
what you've done, I mean, people are so obsessed to this day with Fran's outfits. I sometimes will Google, like I'll go on Pinterest and type her name in because what you've done has created,
Yeah.
it's like a classic
It is.
timeless look
Yeah.
that fits any, like, I mean, obviously it looks really good on her body type because it's
Right.
so hot, but I think it can fit anybody's body type. Like what
If you do it correctly,
Okay.
you can, and there is a certain way to do it. But when I did that, because I had a background in fashion, because I had, lived in New York, lived in London, lived in New York, and when I went, because we know the above the line and below the line in the hierarchy
Right.
of the business, above the line and below the line.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Oh, it's
Okay, so
What's
really,
above the line and below the line?
No, there's a hierarchy in the business. It's called above the line. So above the line is the director, the actors, and below the
Executives.
line is the crew. It sounds actually hierarchical.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever used that word, but actually,
You used it well.
I did, didn't I? I'm quite impressed with myself. But actually, I researched it because it annoyed me so much.
Yeah, because we were crew. We're like,
because I went from
You're
being
like, I'm
above
not
the
a
line
below the
yeah,
line.
she's like, I'm talent.
to below the line. And it's because when they used to do the budgets in the 1940s, on the piece of paper, the talent was above a certain line and the crew was below.
Wow.
Okay, which I thought
Oh,
was
just
really...
on the paper.
Yeah, but you and I have both experienced.
Yes.
As I always say, I've lived and worked above the line, below the line, beside the line, under the line, and behind
And
the
I
line.
am the line.
I have done everything, and I am the line.
You make the lines now.
Yeah, so now I make the lines. But I saw when I went into wardrobe, creating a character and fashion are two completely different things.
Right.
When you create a character, you're just dressing a character, where they live, how they look, who their family is. I wanted to bring fashion to television.
You did.
And I did. I know I did. And I had so much fun doing it. Fran and I were a match made in style heaven.
I mean, you looked good on
You
set,
look
though.
how cute you look today.
No, but if you go back and you see, like, Fran, there are some behind the scenes
Yes.
of you two together in the dressing room. You can see the chemistry between you two. I mean, you're still friends with her. You still work
Yes.
with her, right?
I spoke to her yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so fun to look at you back then because your style, I was like, who is this? Like, you're wearing this adorable outfit on set. And I'm like, she should be in front of the camera. And that's probably what a lot of people told you.
Well,
But
I landed up going. The funny thing is, I went off camera to get a job because I had to pay the rent.
Yeah.
I found my calling, my absolute
Thankfully.
passion of dressing people and having people elevate their confidence through style. And I totally found it. And then I landed up, which we'll get to, I landed up going back on camera with it.
Oh, yeah.
With Fashion Emergency.
Yes.
But correct. I wanted to bring fashion to television, and I wanted to bring style to television. And Fran let me fly. She trusted me normally, and I have to say, and Fran, wherever you are today, thank you. I'm so grateful to you and always will be. Usually you have producers coming in, as you know, Amy, like making comments, doing this, doing that, change this, do this. And I'm like, if that starts happening with this, I'm not going to be able to do a show. It's not only it's not going to be fun, I'm not going to be able to create the look I want because I'm going to push the envelope. Well, no producers ever came in.
Oh, what a great set.
Right. So the only two
you.
people I ever answered to was Fran and Peter. That I just showed them
And who's
each week.
Peter? Oh,
Her husband.
yes.
Her husband.
Well, and is this because you hold this air of authority that you're like, I know what's right, and so nobody questions that?
No. I don't intend to hold an air of authority. But
It
I
just
probably
happens.
do. But I can talk with a southern accent, and do I still have an air of authority?
Oh,
you're right.
Do I?
With the British
accent really
helps.
brings it. Yeah, and the bangs.
And the bangs are so hysterical. I mean, I have a strong personality, and I have a position, and I'm not backward in coming forward in stating that, because I know what I know, and I know how to make a show dynamic. I know how, and it's my purpose and passion. I know how to add a brush stroke of brilliance that will elevate the show. And that's what it did with the nanny, because originally they wanted her in T-shirts and jeans.
No,
that would
no,
not have
that's her whole character is
Right.
her style.
Yeah. And Fran didn't
Which is
want
what
that,
you did.
and I didn't want that.
Right.
So I would shop after the production meeting on a Monday. I would go shopping. I had a crew of about 5 people of assistants, and I would go shopping in Beverly Hills,
Dream
everywhere,
job.
every store in Beverly Hills, bring back racks of clothing for every character. And then on a Wednesday, we would fit. And I would do a 3-hour fitting with Fran
And
sometimes.
how many seasons was this on?
It was on for 6.
And
It was,
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
And this was your
years.
first
it was my
job.
first job.
That's crazy.
But you know what it's like. When you do your thing,
Yeah.
Amy. When you do your thing, when you find and when you find your niche, when you find your thing, it's
Yeah.
like Tom Jones once said it. The singer, when his job isn't like working, because he gets to do what he loves every day of his life.
Right.
Even though what I do is very hard work.
It's hard.
For me, it's not hard work. I mean, I traveled the world with Amy with 50
herself.
suitcases and no crew. And that's another subject.
I know.
50
And
suitcases.
yes, and I loved it.
Yeah, we had so
Oof,
much fun.
I bring a
would go
carry-on.
to her wardrobe room and just play. Remember when we put this? Okay, so the show we did was called
Better Late Than Never.
with these legends. You know, it was William Shatner.
William Shatner, Henry Winkler, George Foreman, and Terry Bradshaw. 2 icons of athletic icons, and then 2 icons of TV. And I'm still working with Bill. I've worked with him for the last 10 years since then.
I know the gold,
What was it about?
Oh, this
were,
was
like,
this was
making
about
a
them
comeback?
doing bucket list things as like you're into your old age and now you want to you're not dead, like let's go out and see the world.
Right.
So we took them to a Japanese game show, we took them to party with geishas, we took them all over Southeast Asia. Then the second season we went to Europe and that was incredible.
Well, our first season, and I still remember this: Tokyo, Kyoto, Seoul, Hong Kong, Chiang Mai, and Phuket in
greatest.
30 days.
Yeah, it was the
wow.
greatest trip of my
60
life.
crew. Okay.
Of a family. We were all like a family.
Right.
Yes, you have to be.
Every 5 days in and out of a new city. And then 2 years later, we did Munich, Berlin, Lithuania, Stockholm, Barcelona, Madrid, and Morocco.
Oh my god.
It was epic.
She's just rattling
she
it off.
knows.
What are you,
She
some kind
knows.
of savant?
Well, no, not really. But I just will never forget that. I mean, it was the most amazing experience. I mean, it was really hard, but to travel to so many places in such a short space of time. And the guys were fantastic
she
with
was
me. 'cause
brilliant.
I
And you
had
do
no
their
clothes.
you do the
She had nobody.
wardrobe for men and for women.
Yes.
And that's no problem. It's easy for you to
Not
dress men as well.
Simple, effortless.
Gosh, this is a skill I do not have. Like anytime I have to do a show that has clothes, like that's not Survivor,
Right.
Yeah.
it gives me so much anxiety. I have to hire a stylist who helps like pull everything together because I'm like, if I think of I have to do these drag shows, I'm like,
yeah.
I need
You should
4
talk to
outfits.
Brenda.
I don't know what to do. I feel like I kind of freeze when it comes
Right.
to
But you see,
clothes.
and that's okay because just as I always say to people, just because we put clothes on every day doesn't mean that it's your talent to be able to put together dynamic outfits. It's like I always equate it to going into a kitchen. I freeze. Boiling water. I've usually
Same.
I've usually
I also
forgotten
can't
about
do that.
it. Yeah, I've
like,
usually
"Now what?"
forgotten about it, and the pot's turned black. Okay, or the boiled egg has hit the ceiling. I mean, I am not good in the kitchen, but I'm amazing with clothes. It's like I always say that my career found me because I never would have said, you know something, I'm going to be a stylist. It was out of desperation that I found my purpose and my passion in life. And everyone has one.
But I know.
yeah.
Everybody does. That's like,
You just
it's
have
like,
to find
if you
it.
can find it. And that's why I say these people that are younger are like, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, what do you like doing? What are you really passionate about? Because I promise you, you can make money at whatever that is if you're really good at it and people notice that about
But
you.
so many people think that because they have a natural talent that's effortless, that's not work, that it's nothing because they can do
Yeah.
it so effortlessly.
Yeah.
Thank goodness the universe, helped me, guided me into my career because I never would have sat down and go, I'm going to be a stylist. It was literally through desperation and did not happen until I was 30. So all these young people who think, I have to know exactly what I'm going to do for the rest of my life at the age of 18. Wrong.
And-
I was swinging from the chandeliers of Studio 54.
I know. I want to talk
If
about that.
only.
In my
She is
20s.
you. I'm not kidding
Tell
you.
us more about Studio 54.
And the outfits and who you would go with.
Right. Do you know that I still have clothes that I wear from Studio 54?
What
Wait,
are
she
they?
dated
Go-Go
Mick
Boots?
Jagger, and I think you went with. Sorry, I'm just now revealing your personal.
Dating life?
We don't
She's like,
have to
let me
go
have.
deep into that.
But didn't you go to Studio 54 with him?
With who?
With Mick Jagger?
Absolutely not.
Oh wait. Okay.
She said,
Absolutely not. But
Disdainfully.
I did date Steven Tyler for a very short time, and we're not going to go into that either. I grew up, and now, I mean, I'm so grateful that I'm 68 years of age, and I'm still.
a banger.
Bang it. No, for real. How about your birthday gift I got you?
Oh my God!
Lingerie,
We're not going into
sex
that.
toys?
Okay, so oh my God,
Vibrators?
no, you're so bad. Okay,
Okay.
So okay, now I'm blushing.
I love you
So
much.
Studio 54, the fact that I grew up in my 20s in the disco era of Manhattan
It's so
was
cool.
amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. And I used to roller skate into Studio 54.
They knew her.
This, come on.
Well, let me say, so I remember I used to roller skate around New York City in the 80s. I mean, that's what we did. We put
Dream come true.
But the roller skates with 4 rollers.
Yes,
That's
I've
what she
really
has.
gotten into this.
Not rollerblades.
Yeah,
she
I'm a roller
She does this
skater.
at least twice a week.
Right. And that's so fantastic. And I remember I was roller skating up 8th Avenue, and I thought, oh, let's see what's going on at 54. So I took a right on 54th Street. The place is crowded. I roller up. I've got red satin shorts on with a yellow trim.
Cute.
And all of a sudden, Mark Beneke parts the crowd and just says, come in. I'm like,
Yeah, and your short shorts
Yeah,
with
I'm
your
like,
cute
thank
With
socks.
your roller skates on.
yes, remember. And so it was just, yes.
What kind of hairdo were you wearing?
Gosh,
Was it like
I
a
don't know.
big femme
I had big 80s hair.
Yes.
I mean, I've got pictures of like.
Was your twin sister with you? Your identical twin sister?
No, she wasn't.
No.
She wasn't. But I do have an identical
You're a dream
twin.
girl.
I think we didn't realize, but we were remembered in New York when people talk about the twins.
Yeah.
Because my twin sister's boyfriend was an owner of a rock and roll club called Trax.
The life.
So we kind of knew all the Kiss people. I mean, it was all the music business people. It was that was the kind of a vibe that we were in.
It's not like that anymore, sadly.
I
Like the
know.
rock stars, like they're just so private now. They're not walking around on the street inviting you into Studio 54. You know?
Right.
It's a different
like,
era.
No, it is.
I have to like get in their DMs.
And I have to
Just
say,
kidding,
like,
I'm married.
you guys are much younger than me, but now that I've lived, I mean, 68 years, and I can think about like 40 years ago. Let's do the math. What was I, 28?
Oh, don't look at me. I'm not that
30,
math.
40, 50.
Dear,
You have a
I was-
calculator.
I was a complete adult, so I have a memory of all of these times and just how it's changed.
Is that going to be your second book?
Oh gosh, that nearly killed me, that book. But it was totally worth it because I wanted it to be a contribution to
I gotta
women.
tell
Wait,
you.
let's talk about this book. It's like a Bible. I'm holding it like I don't want to ever
Right.
give it
So
up.
my mother-in-law, I posted this the other day because you came by,
Right.
and I posted it because I think it's really like people. My mother-in-law bought this. She said, "I am obsessed with this." She shows up yesterday at our Mother's Day event, and she's wearing all black
Right.
bottoms and the black top with a belt,
Yes.
and then she's got this fabulous white jacket on.
Love it.
A statement jacket. So
Yes.
she clearly was reading this. It's called The Silhouette Solution.
Yes.
And you can say it better than I can, but what I love about this is that you do give sort of like the reader tools on how to go through your own closet
Yes.
and pick out pieces that are going to like statement pieces with just everything that you have.
Yes, and you have so many of these pieces. When I did that book, I mean, I was using that formula on the Nanny in the 90s because when I started that show, there was no money, the show wasn't proven. So what I did with Fran was create a silhouette on her because she's a nanny, black turtleneck, which I still have, black miniskirt, black opaque tights, and black suede shoes. Very specific, not leather, suede.
Okay.
So you create a silhouette. And over that silhouette, which didn't cost a lot of money, I would change each week. I put a vest over it one week, a jacket over it another week. And you create a million different looks. And I use the same formula on Cece because so many people have asked me about my formula. I was doing it intuitively, right? Looking at the character. And then when you look at Cece, I've got her in a silhouette too, but hers is a long silhouette.
Right.
Fran's was a mini skirt. Hers was a pencil skirt to the ankle. Her color palette was much more demure. And I had her in my 1940s jackets, shoulder line.
Are you
clear
talking about
shape.
Cece, your nanny?
No.
Cece Babcock.
She's the blonde.
Yes,
On the
and
show.
people love her style as much as
I
they love
know.
Fran's. But what I wanted to do for women, there's nothing that makes me happier than to see a man or woman look in the mirror and see their whole face light up when they like what they see reflected back. Because so often we, deride ourselves, if that's the right word, we beat ourselves up about the way we look. And I have worked with so many women of all shapes, sizes, weights that think, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. Yes, you can. You just have to use this formula and you can look stylish. And it's not about following trend. It's always about what fits and flatters your body. And the pieces in that book you can find every season. And there's the style ID. Are you romantic? Are you
so
conservative?
fun. Well, you brought things with you today. I think we should play
Yes.
this game because she asked us to wear just a basic,
A blank canvas.
A blank canvas.
Right, okay.
And what did you bring today? You brought a bunch of fun stuff to play with because
Okay.
she can't help it.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, I want you to put this on. So this piece, this is like a little nothing. This isn't from the Nanny.
Okay.
But just put it on, then I'll tell you what it is.
Because I am Laura Croft today, and I was like, I'm gonna wear.
But you're
my...
Yeah,
you're
you look
much
so
smaller
cute.
than me. So let me tell you what this is. See this piece?
This reminds me of Amy out on Deal or No Deal Island.
I would wear this on set.
Yeah.
Right, but do you know how fabulous this is? So wherever I go, I love to find something.
I love
So
this.
I
Hang on,
was
let me
I was going
get a
to
selfie.
Montana. That really does look good on you. I had a client in Montana, and I went to a hunting and fishing store on my way to their residence.
Yeah.
I always try to find something stylish. So this was a hunting store. So that's a kid's fishing vest.
Wait, this is cute.
This is a kid's fishing
You are
vest.
cool.
You look so good in this.
I would wear this out.
This really is Amy from Panama. I just want you to have like a walkie.
Now, like, hang on, go
now-
for Amy.
Now take that off, Amy, and throw it, darling. We're going to style without moving.
Okay.
Put that on.
Okay.
Okay. That might be.
This
This
is-
This
might
is a
be.
very different vibe.
Love this color.
Okay. Isn't that
Suede?
fabulous? No, it's pleather. Look at that on you.
Oh, this I love.
Look how great you look in that. And that color, I've done your colors, so I know that
That's
you're
a good
true
color on
And
you.
she always pops a color. Look
Orange
at her colors.
is her color.
Yes, absolutely. That's her color. Look how fabulous she looks in that, right? Doesn't
What do
she?
you do when you do someone's colors?
This is really fun.
That's-
And this is like, you can again wear this with just like the.
But you could wear that
Staple.
with a white silhouette underneath it. Parvati, try that on. Try that on. It's a different color. But it's
Same
Yes, it's the same.
Same kind of
It's the
jacket?
same brand, and I love this brand.
And why'd you give Parvati this one? Because she has got
Is this
the
my
gold-
color?
Well, because I know your colors. So let's just see. Okay, it's a little big for you. Flip back that. Okay.
She wants the collar flipped
Now,
back.
now throw these on with it. Let's create a look. Hello.
Hello.
Look.
darling.
See what you can do.
So
Hello, darling.
So this is.
I'm your nanny.
You look. So this is from the Nanny.
Wait, let me see.
Yeah. So this is. this
sorry.
Is, thank you for throwing- So this piece is one of the pieces I won an Emmy for. It was called Canasta Master, and I had that vest on Fran with an Anna Sui suit.
DKNY. That is
Yeah,
so
from the
cool.
1990s.
I know this.
This reminds me of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead fashion show at the end of the
look at-
movie.
Wow, that fits you.
No, I
That
can't
is
button it.
so cute.
Hold on, that used to fit Fran.
What do you mean? Like she could button it?
Well,
Yes.
only
I've
that's
had
only
3
because you're big
kids.
boob.
Has she?
I
And
know,
I
but
just
you're still tiny.
I know, but I can't.
You're still tiny.
Okay, give me something else.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is okay. Hold on for a second.
I just have to see.
Okay, hold on. So this is a little.
The sunglasses.
Look, okay, so that's from the Nanny.
That is. I remember this.
Todd Oldham.
This
Yeah.
is
If you guys aren't
dreamy.
watching this on YouTube right now, you're really missing out.
Okay, should we talk us through what
Yeah,
this is?
okay, so
this
we're
is a
put-
colored. This
But
is
this
the
is-
iconic
Look at
vest
that,
from
yeah.
the Nanny.
Oh, do I need to button it?
Throw back, darling.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Sorry, dear.
But look how fabulous that looks.
Look at my cute little vest.
So Amy, put that one on.
Okay.
That's the famous one from the pilot that I
Do we need to do a new photo shoot for
I
Nice
love
Girls Don't
this
Win?
one.
I first had that on Twiggy. Twiggy wore that.
Our girl.
In Princesses.
Where did you find this?
I found that probably at Neiman Marcus, and it used to have Moschino buttons on it.
So you changed out the buttons?
Yes.
Do you do that a lot?
I used to change everything. I used to change out buttons, change
might
out
break a
cuffs, add collars, I mean, everyone thinks you just put something on out of a store and it goes on to set. There's not one garment that ever came out of a store that did not go through my seamstresses that was either something was added, something was taken away, something was shortened. You look so cute.
This is really so fun. I feel like a new woman. Is that what clothes do to you? Like, okay.
I mean, I love that you said that because people think that clothing is superficial. It's not. I mean,
Okay.
what I always say, I am dressing the temple of your soul. How could that possibly be superficial?
The temple of your soul.
So dressing in clothes that fit and flatter your body,
I feel good.
elevate your mood,
Right.
elevate your confidence, have you take risks, have you step out. I mean, it's so important. As I
I'm
say
with
it,
you.
it gives me chills.
When I get dressed every morning, I like getting dressed every morning because I'm telling you, I get more done. I'm nicer if I like my outfit. I believe
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
It's really important. It's your first communication tool.
Yeah.
Before you've said hello.
Yeah, before
And
you
it's
talk.
what you're judged on. Okay. And
How do you help people who are just lost causes when it comes to their fashion, where they've just given up? Where do you tell them to start?
Okay, well, I have them come over to my studio and we have a little chat. And I show them a simple system. The simple system, which is creating your silhouette, whatever that style is, which is a top and a bottom and a shoe all in the same color. Like yours might be different to mine. Today, you're wearing flares today, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, so am I. You're wearing a T-shirt. I'm wearing a tank top, but I have a silhouette. And I've thrown this over it. And I could throw any of these pieces over it and create a completely different look. So your silhouette, and you're wearing shorts and a tank in off-white, which is very flattering for you. It's the right
With my
weight.
White Lotus.
Absolutely gorgeous.
slippers.
You girls are so great. So once you find your silhouette, it's the over pieces that a jacket, a cardigan, a vest, and it's a simple 3-step process.
Okay, but listen, I recently had 3 kids, so my body has changed, and I don't feel like, there's some clothes or jackets that I have shopped with you, like in Spain. Remember that beautiful
That
fringe jacket?
Oh my God.
I know, but it doesn't fit me like it used to. It's a little more snug. So what do you do, or what do you tell people that when their bodies change a little bit or have changed a lot?
The most important thing that you have to do is find the silhouette pieces, the canvas that fits and flatters and feels comfortable. Like if you put on a little weight, don't do form fitting. Make it a little looser. If you're a skirt girl, wear a skirt. You have got gorgeous legs. You're wearing shorts. So find your top, bottom, and shoe. And then after that, it's easy. And this system I have used on women that are size 2 and women that are size 22. And I've done it for decades, and it works across the board. And for me, it's about empowering women to be able to walk into their closet, grab top, bottom, shoe, and throw something over it and walk out the door and feel confident, not be confused and not be stressed about getting dressed, and walking out the door looking beautiful and feeling at home in your body.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little test here.
Yes.
So I'm going to, I want to just wear this piece of fabric. How would I wear that? If I just had a piece of fabric, like a scarf or something, how would I make that into an outfit?
Okay, so I want you to put this in half
Okay.
and then put it around your neck like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's a scarf. Okay, so it's just
Okay.
a scarf. So put it, yeah,
Okay, this is a pretty scarf.
yes.
Very long.
It's just a piece of fabric that I just did something that
And now loop it through?
Yes. Now pull it up to your neck. Okay, so let me say this. See that look? See, it's a completely different look.
Yeah.
That's more sophisticated. So if you had a little bit of a tummy, as
Yeah.
we often do after
Do,
babies,
yes.
I have, see that scarf, the way it covers the front a little bit,
Oh.
so that you feel more comfortable.
Yes.
So, and feel more confident.
Yes.
So you look like a completely different person than you did a minute ago
Do
in
you
the
need a
vest.
cigarette and a baguette?
I'm down. Wait, give me this one.
What one?
The one that you
This-
had, the
So
Fran
this-
dresser. Can I wear this as a shawl?
You can, but let me say this. That's going to dominate you. Look at that.
It's
Okay,
too
'cause
much.
can you tell us where this piece came from?
I found this in a fabric store, and it became an iconic piece.
Ooh.
It was used in one of, I can't remember the episode.
so
but
pretty.
Oh my God, I love this.
Isn't it gorgeous?
But I can't wear this as like a shawl, right?
Yeah, you could.
You
but
can?
but I wouldn't put you in that because it dominates you.
Okay.
I do not see you.
It
Oh,
owns
wow.
you, Amy.
Okay, but this, if I put this on you, throw back.
We wore this,
Okay,
yes.
but
This
just
is
take
because
that back.
orange is your
Okay.
color.
Orange is completely.
Wait, and I
color.
asked you, how do you do people's colors? What are you looking
Okay, well,
for?
you take people through a process. It's a process of comparison and contrast of colors. Like I can put two blues on Amy and say, I'll put one blue on and it's going to give her circles under her eyes. You're going to lose the edge of her face. Her lips might look purple. And then I'll put another blue on and then she's completely connected to the color and her face looks smooth and she looks dynamic. I mean, the whole color thing is absolutely,
Wow.
I mean, it's absolutely huge. It's huge. The color thing is huge. The thing that disappoints me about it is it's being done incorrectly online a lot.
Okay, so if people want to book colors with you, can they? And where
Yeah,
can they
how
find
can
you
they
on
find
Instagram?
you?
So sweet. They can
Yeah.
find me through my Instagram, Brenda Cooper Style, DM me, or style@brendacooper.com, and come to my studio and I will transform you
Wow, how
I'm
iconic.
gonna go
into the most perfect, and confident version of yourself without surgery, without diets, without anything.
Without
Exactly as you are. I will
spending
never
your life savings.
Yeah, without your without style. Creating style does not need a lot of money. Let me show you. Hold
Wait,
on.
can we just talk really quick? I'm sorry, I know we're wrapping it up,
I
but
know.
I want to talk about how, because I've told the listeners that I've gotten Botox and stuff. You've never touched your face.
No.
You've never done anything. 68.
No.
And why? Which, by the way, don't, because you don't need it.
No, your
This
skin
is
is
proof that
flawless.
you don't.
Well, let me say this about that. Of course, I've thought about it, but I get to live one life. I have been so fortunate that I got a good-looking card, and I don't say that from an ego point of view. My parents were good-looking, and the features are in the right place.
It's okay to like yourself.
Yeah, it's okay to like yourself.
Yeah.
And I have a nice face, and a part of life is getting older.
Right.
Okay, and I like to look at women who have great style, who have authentically aged, because when you start injecting and doing
Yeah.
all of this stuff, everybody looks the same.
Right. That's what it looks like. Or
Everybody-
they look older.
Everybody looks the same, and you're in a hamster wheel of having to keep doing it. I mean, the dedication is in my book is, may you discover, accept, and celebrate your authentic self, which is always in style.
Oh, we're gonna end right there because that's so good.
Brenda,
Thank you.
Thank you
Such
for
a-
being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's such a pleasure. You girls are so great.
Oh,
You are. We're
We
so
love
thankful to have you. Derek's over here freaking out. He's
Derek's
loving
this. This was a cute conversation. Thanks for bringing your whole closet for us to play with.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I'm gonna keep your book.
follow Brenda on follow Brenda on Instagram because she's posts all the fun stuff. And then this book is like, I bought mine on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can buy it anywhere.
Yes.
But if you like this episode,
Share it with your friends
and tell us that you liked it.
and send us some fun comments about what you're trying with your wardrobe,
Yeah, I love that.
your silhouette. We want to see
Your
it.
silhouette.
Yeah, send us photos.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.